Hi guys, we're live and it's time for a major news update in terms of the world of football and the FA Cup this weekend. So yeah, we're live, and as you can see, I've got a new microphone as well. So if you think the sound is clearer, please leave it in the comments below. Before we get into this, like, share, subscribe as usual. Do all that. Hit the notification button as well, so you know when I'm live as well. So let's get into it. I'm sorry this is last minute, but obviously major news. Had to report it right away. So. As we know, it's the FA Cup this weekend, third round ties, including New Arsenal, Newcastle, and a number of clubs, Liverpool, Aston Villa as well. But there has been major outbreaks of COVID-19 across the Premier League. Arsenal affected, a number of teams affected by this. So already Abdullah Alamami. I'm sorry if I said that wrong. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm doing well, and we've got ads on the stream. How are you?
Not too bad, bro. Hope you're alright.
Yeah. Do I sound a bit clearer with this microphone?
Yeah, man. It's actually good still. What you should do is try position it out of shot as well, and then watch it all
Yeah,
the
it's a bit
time.
difficult with the laptop. I've only got like this table at the minute, so hopefully if I can get another table or something, we can sort something out with that one. But yeah, give us your thoughts, because obviously a major. I'm just going to quickly show here. Look, significant outbreak of COVID-19, and it's putting, I think, Liverpool and Aston Villa off. Arsenal have been affected as well. Southampton and Shrewsbury are postponed, and yet unless Shrewsbury can put out an under 23 or an under 18 side, and they may even have to forfeit the game. So what do you say to this?
Well, for one, Shrewsbury are a good side. They've managed to keep in the top of their division that they're in. And if they have to be forced to play younger, players, be unfair, because it's something that will have to happen, and I'm sure they don't, and I know they don't rely on them. They tend to rely on experienced players. They're going to use kids in there, then they're going to lose that game. And I wouldn't play it anyway. And I said when you open schools up again and when you open up workplaces and let people do their thing, the cases will get worse, and it has got worse. And that's because schools have been open. And yeah, I don't care what anyone says, but the school should never have been open again. They should have just
I
left us to do our
I
job.
Yeah, I hear you on that. I also could also I can give a little bit of leeway to the government in a sense, is that no one expected a new variant coming across that's more easily transmissible, and you can see the amount of um, cases are skyrocketing, and it also just makes me think that should football now start looking at the wider world and thinking, should we actually still playing? Because when this first outbroke last year, right, it wasn't until, I think it went until March, and people say it was a bit late anyway, but then when it went into lockdown, they didn't hesitate. So do you think that they should start looking at um locking down?
Well, if they start locking down and then we return to football after that, we know what's going to happen, innit? They're going to open every single thing up again, and the case is just going to keep spreading. It's never going to end. What I'm going to say is it's never going to end if we keep doing this. So for me, I would, I'd say to all the football clubs, I'd say, no, just take a chill pill, just, calm down. Let's not progress and do any, play any games at the moment, because
Yeah.
But the problem with that is you have toxic communities, toxic fan bases who, with their outcome, with where they, especially last season as well, especially the outcome of their club where they end up in the league, that's going to be the problem. That's what the FA are going to get hate for, because their teams might be in positions they wouldn't be if we didn't take a break, and some teams will be in better positions than they are if we do take a break. So for me, I'd actually say close it down for now. See how we go for a week, see where the paces get to, and if they lower, then I'd allow some teams to play games, and obviously in the quarter shift, I'll let other teams behind the scenes and just get like one camera view to put on. That's it.
Yeah. Now, whilst I try and think of something else, can you just give us your thoughts about last night's game as well? Because obviously, Man United crashing out of the fourth straight semi-final and losing 2-0. What was your thoughts on the game? Because there's a bit of divide between the terrorists. I think Alfie said it was a really good game between them both, and the rest of them were saying it weren't. So give me your thoughts on that. But I know you're doing a stream later about it.
Well, I'm gonna say is Alfie has no idea what he's talking about.
Hi guys.
I think Alfie's he's either too positive or deluded. How was that a good game yesterday? How was that a good game yesterday? We had no winning mentality that we've had in the past few games that we've played. You look at how we play, and we turned up from the first whistle. Yesterday we did not. Our best players, when your best players don't turn up, what's the team gonna do? There's a big difference when it comes to quality. Our midfielders our midfielders present much higher quality towards like compared to other players on the field, especially people like Lindelof, who are a disgrace. Disgrace. Yeah. They played shit yesterday. And you know what? I understand why Oli played Lindelof and didn't play Bailey, because Bailey is injury prone. Usually he has like 4 games max and gets injured again. So I can understand why he didn't play him yesterday. But Lindelof, you can get out of my club. And Maguire, the hate he's getting now as well. It's horrible. It's horrible.
I hear that. I did say for the first goal, he could have done better. It did look like he held back, and I would say he could have done a lot better with that. And just even if it meant he scored no goal, is that you could try and do something. I think I'd seen that a lot with Arsenal as well. Sorry, Laurie, I know you've been there just for a minute, but I've got Abdallah. I'm sorry if I've said that wrong.
It's fine. No, you said it correctly.
Welcome to SFeatleyTV. Love to have your support. Give us your thoughts on what's going on.
Well, I'm a City fan. I generally thought
Man City, you say?
Yeah, Man City fan, yeah. I generally thought, I wasn't confident. Every time we play United, they just seem to step up. Except for the boring draw recently, I think they were playing well together. And I thought we would be lucky to even to get like a 1-0 loss, because I don't know, I don't know what's happened. Our record against Oli is not that well, and I don't know. Top seems to bottle it against Oli, but I'm glad the boys stepped up in honour for Colin Bell, our legend. May he rest in peace. We condolences to his family. But yeah. I'm quite over the performance. I always thought Stephen, so the backup goalkeeper, because Edison's contracted COVID, we wouldn't. I think Edison's like second best goalkeeper in my opinion. People may argue, but I'm glad. I'm happy with the performance. I think the partnership between Ruben Diaz and John Stones is, I think, the best defensive record in the league so far. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, the boys stepped up.
No, you're not wrong. No.
Yeah. Obviously, I think Man City, they've had their own outbreaks with COVID and that. And when I watched the game last night, I see that you didn't have your strongest side out there. Let's be honest. I would say.
Yeah.
But you had a good enough side that could. And this is the thing with Man City in the depth of their squad. And this is why, if you win your 2 games in hand, you got 1 point behind Man United in the title race.
Yeah.
So I still fancy. Yeah, I think the problem with Man United is they don't have that winning mentality like Liverpool and Man City.
Yeah.
So with that group of players, so I think, but the way Liverpool are playing in a minute, I do think that you are favourites, to be honest.
I
Unless
wouldn't rule them out. I wouldn't rule them out. However, I don't know these excuses from Liverpool fans saying they've had injuries. We've had more injuries. We've had pretty much the same injuries this season. Earlier on as well, we've had outbreaks, injuries because we started late and no preseason. Of course, I'm not going to complain. Last season we had no Laporte and Sane. That affected us. Of course, Sane wants to leave and stuff, but we had injuries. You don't see us complaining. Of course, people say we have no fans, but you get on with it. Everyone has injuries, and I don't get it.
mm,
You get on with it. It's not our fault that you have injuries, and your owner doesn't spend. Now all of a sudden they said, oh, they want the owners out, but you were just bigging them up all summer because you supposedly Liverpool fans had the best transfer window.
you do me a favour as well. Like on, I think it's April now, isn't it?
Yeah,
So do us a favour. This guy thinks we're going to win that Tottenham are going to win the quadruple. I know he's probably
well,
smoking crack. He's smoking
are you
crack, or no, no.
smoking crack?
This guy. Honestly, this guy. I call him Ray Charles because he's like the blind person who can't see how shit Tottenham are, right?
Yeah,
So I sit there and say you've gone. He went from treble, which is not the Premier
yeah,
League, but FA
yeah,
Cup, Carabao Cup, and the Europa League, right? Then
yeah,
it went to quadruple. Then it went to treble.
yeah.
Now it's back to quadruple again, right? This guy is literally on another planet. He's like a galaxy far, far away where they all throw luminescent swords or something.
Tottenham fans
Right? So
agree
do
to
me a
disagree.
favor, shut this guy up because when you do, I'm going for him.
Is a has-been. Okay, he might be lucky. I
He
wouldn't rule
never
them
comes
out
on the
winning
channel.
the.
Sorry, he never comes on the channel and sit like bats his talk.
He needs to take it game by game and see what happens. You're not going to win the league. I'll tell you this: Arsenal have more of a chance of winning the league with Arteta than bloody Jose. To be funny, he's deluded. He's deluded. Like Tottenham fans are
Laurie,
deluded.
yeah. So
Yes, bro.
I'll go and move this. Laurie, obviously, Arsenal. I'm just gonna put you on mute for a sec. Just yes, so Laurie, obviously the big talking point is with this COVID-19. What do you say is in terms of where we go from here? Do we
I
have
mean,
to sit there and go, we have to stop now? We have to take a look at this and do what we did last year.
the amount of outbreaks that have been happening,
It doesn't help
football's
when
sort
Mendy
of
does
coming
a New Year's Eve party though. That really does.
not at all. But the amount of outbreaks that have been happening, the amount of FA Cup games that have been called off, they're talking about calling off the National League as well. I think it is sensible for them to actually shut it down, like Ads was saying, a minimum of a week to 2 weeks, see what happens then. In fairness, it should be in line with the schools, because if the schools are closed, I don't understand why the football isn't closing down as well. I think it is very true, because
Yeah,
another thing that you've got to take into consideration is, yes, it's footballers, yes, it's for our enjoyment, yes, there's a lot of money
yeah,
involved in it. However, the most important things are people's lives being
yeah.
at
That's
risk,
definitely
because
yeah.
they've got
Well said.
families as well. They've got families, they've got their own health to worry about, and
That's what I
what
think they
happens when
forget
someone
is
actually
when.
gets
Sorry,
ill
I
from
just
COVID itself.
yeah. Just gonna.
That doesn't.
Sorry, I was just gonna come in there and just say that this is where when people have slag off like Havertz and that is that he's had COVID as well, and you might think that yeah, he's a professional athlete. These people are human beings, right? And even professional athletes have suffered greatly. That's why when Hamilton caught it, I was really worried that he was going to have long-term effects from it. So, but I mean, you look at it. Look, Villa have had a significant COVID outbreak ahead of this Liverpool tie. 40 positive tests in the last week from Premier League. West Ham have now had to close their training ground. Fulham postponement was unprofessional. Mitrovic's COVID rule. Mitrovic has now broken COVID rules as well. Southampton versus Shrewsbury is postponed, and they might even have to forfeit their game. if it carries on.
And
Derby
isn't
youngsters.
Derby are
No, it's
playing
Derby
their under
youngsters. Sorry.
23s? Yeah,
Yeah.
Derby are playing their under 23s rather than the senior squad.
Yeah, otherwise, because of the congestion of fixtures, they have to play these games. Otherwise, they're screwed. So, yeah. So, just what do you say to this then? Do you really think that now football needs to start looking at the bigger picture here?
It has to. It has to. I don't get it why it should get special treatment. People probably say, "Well, you're on a run as a City fan." However, I think lives are more important. My people's health has deteriorated. I've seen my dad's colleagues being in intensive care, struggling to breathe, and it's ridiculous. I've had two friends who've lost their relatives in different countries, but it's one life is too many, to be honest. And people really care.
I hear you on that. I mean, obviously, if you follow this channel, you know what I've been through. I've just come back from infusion. I've just come back from infusion at the minute, and they are so overstretched. Right, the unit's been moved around 3 times. It's just one of those. Yeah, if we have to part with no football until the vaccines are, there should be a third one coming through as well. It's until these vaccines get into people, right? So we know there's a light at the end of the tunnel here. So I don't see why we have to keep trying to take risks, right? And just because it's probably easy for me to say because the amount of hardship I've had to go through, right? And the fact that I've had to sit indoors all the time and stuff like that. So
Even I've had the same issues. I've got built up fluid in the brain called hydrocephalus, and I haven't been seen. I haven't seen the doctor for 2 years now, and I'm waiting for my checkup. And my mental health has deteriorated. I'm constantly anxious. I get consistent migraines and headaches. If people really care about football, then they're selfish. To be honest, it's not the end of the day. As long as you have your family around you or friends or some sort of support network, there are other things to keep you active or distracted. Because at the end of the day, lives are more important than football or money. That's all I've got to basically sum up.
I totally agree. Charlie, nice to have you back on the channel. I wonder where you've been. Yeah, not bad. Did you have a good Christmas first of all?
Very quiet, mate. Very quiet.
Yeah, I think sometimes that's better, to be honest. Sometimes, yeah, mine was quite quiet as well. But yeah, so obviously we're talking about this COVID outbreak. What's your thoughts on all this then?
I'm probably in the minority. I don't believe they should.
How's the wife doing as well?
So, mate. We lost a mum the other day, so due to COVID.
Send my best.
So
Regards to you and the family.
Thank you, mate. Thank you. Thank you. I think the Premiership should stay and carry on playing. But I also believe that they should carry on having the 2 or 3 tests a week. But the thing is, like, there's so much about mental health at the moment that it gives people something to look forward to for the games at the weekend and during the week.
I do hear you on that. It's just, for me, it's just if they're getting outbreaks and we're doing so many tests already, like I wonder what's more important, because you've got to think they've got their own families as well, and they're probably getting to a point where they're now scared of getting it to their families as well. But
the thing is, Stephen, I mean, listen, the likes of COVID, it can be beaten, but everybody has got to follow the rules. And because they're not, is why we've got what we've got. And I do think that, I know personally of people that have got COVID and still going out. Now that to me, they should be, £10,000 fine and
Well,
banged up.
it's that politician that got symptoms and went all the way from Scotland to London. It's the problem is you get people like these footballers, like Jack Grealish, Mendy, a few others that I can't remember as well. Right, even people like that politician in a position of power. Right, you're supposed to be setting the example, right? And you do stupid things like this, and it makes everyone look, well, if he can do it, why can't I?
Yeah. But the thing, I totally agree with you. But
sorry, just gonna put up mute. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Charlie, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Yeah, so that isn't my end, whatever that noise was.
Oh,
you know, everyone should have common sense. I mean, we haven't been out for literally months. We haven't seen our family since last March.
yeah.
You know, and it's not only us; it's millions of other people. But common sense has got to prevail. I mean, I think the worst thing I ever done, Stephen, was when it first came about, was say it doesn't affect 18 to 40-year-olds. Because they're now all thinking, you know, oh, well, we ain't going to catch it, we ain't going to catch it.
So we can do what we want.
There's, you know, there's people from babies up to 100 years old now dying from it. What part of this don't people get? You know,
well, even the first lockdown
these...
is what. No, the thing is that the media came out with that, right? But then, by the same token, during the first lockdown, I know a couple of people that were perfectly healthy, but it was reported in the news they died from it. So, and they weren't like old or had any previous medical condition, right? So it's just, yeah, it's for me, it's like partly also driven by how the media perceive it as well. Is that if the media tells you that if you're a youngster, you're not going to be so much at risk, you are going to go take those risks. You're like, well, it's not going to affect me that much, is it? So, and they don't think of the bigger picture.
No, but now it is affecting them, isn't it?
You
know, and
so
I don't know why. I mean,
yeah, go on. Sorry, I finished.
I also believe that the government, it's no good closing the schools and allowing children to play out on the street.
Yeah.
That just, you know, it's pointless. You might as well let them back in school. But that is also down to the parents as well.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, if I had young children and I had to keep them home from school, I wouldn't want them going out and mixing with other children that might have it or whatever and bring it back to us. So, you know, everyone's got to play their part. And I also believe it should be law that you have to have the vaccine.
Yeah, I think it should be compulsory.
It's the only.
I'm like that. If you,
it's the only way.
Yeah.
Go on, mate.
Because I was gonna say is that, like, there's a reason why it's been flushed through that quickly because everyone around the world has been pumping money into it, right? So, and it's been a whole world issue. So that's why, right? If you're scaremongered by these frigging reports, right, and you really believe you shouldn't have it because of this, well, stay in lockdown then. You know, stay in lockdown. We'll get to live our lives, and you can stay in, like, be in lockdown for ages. But I'm just going to quickly run through some of these comments. Anthony asks, how are you doing? Oh, God, the dog's gone. I think it's going to be like last season, just completely cancel the Euros and finish the season when safe to do so. Only problem with the Euros, UEFA will push it to happen for money. Yeah. Young kids should stay in school, but people who have exams shouldn't go. BC all of content missed. Oh, because of all the content we missed. Yeah, sorry. But yeah, I mean, obviously Arsenal have been affected, and I don't know whether that's going to mean we have ours postponed. Yeah, and it's to me now, part of me feels now that we shouldn't go ahead.
I think that they should ban. I mean, I haven't said this before, Stephen. Last year, that I don't know why they're even thinking about the Euros. You know,
Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, forget the Euros. They should just let the Euros go back to what, like, so it's 2020, so 2024.
2024, yeah. But what I mean
Just
is
leave
that
it.
I said this about the Champions League and whatever last year. We shouldn't be travelling abroad to play football. I agree, keep the FA Cup on and the Premier League. All right, there's only one game left in the Carabao Cup.
I do get that, but I do like how they did with the UEFA and Europa League. They kept it in one country. It was all in one country. So
yeah, but
I do agree with that in a sense.
You know, but even so, I mean, you know, we've got a place in Spain. We'd love to get back out there, but common sense tells you not to go.
Yeah,
you know, and you've got to be sensible about this. It's now getting to the stage, mate. Whereas when it first came out, very few people knew people that had it.
Yeah.
But now the second and third strains coming out, you know, everyone's hearing about people they know that have got it.
Yeah. It's like coming from the wars. You would know someone who's lost someone, right? And everyone's been comparing it to that, to be honest. And I honestly sit there and notice that it's 1 year, it's 1 or 2 years, right? Out of what, 80 years you've got a life or something, right?
Well,
so
I've always said, Stephen, people was at war for 6 years. We've had this for a year.
Yeah.
Right. And also, I'm not old enough to remember the war, but you know, kids had nothing then. Now they've got, you know, PS5s, iPads, computers, and God knows what.
They've got loads of stuff to learn from as well. Like,
yeah, you know, so it's not as hard to have a lockdown as what people are saying it is.
Yeah,
I think it's not having the freedom. That's what the problem is. Not having the freedom to do what you want. It's like people don't want to abide by that, and that's why.
Connor, I tried to send you the link. Sorry, I said I'd send you a link, but I couldn't get you older on Twitter, so I don't know why. So yeah, just quickly, I agree with Charlie, but keep the Premier League, FA Cup, League Cup going. No. But no, let's boycott the FA Cup, Carabao Cup, right? Because it's one team in it.
A bit late now.
Right. Apparently, they're gonna have the Euros in different nations, which is stupid. Yeah, if you ever get a, like I said, with the Champions League and Europa, if they are gonna do it, they are gonna do it in one country, like they did last time.
Pointless.
But we've done the Champions League. But UEFA will not stop Champions League yet because it's money and that's what's more important. If the game does go ahead, do you want to do a quick prediction of the squad you want to pick for the game?
For what?
For if tomorrow's game does go ahead, not tomorrow's game, Saturday's game goes ahead.
Yeah.
Which will be live. I'll be doing my watch along at 5 p.m. We're going live at 5 p.m. So make sure you're tuned in for that, guys. And I hope you're enjoying the content already. Leave comments on below the videos if any improvements that you think that I could make.
Support and give feedback.
What's that?
No, I was saying always support your channel and give feedback. So.
Yeah. Because otherwise, I don't know how to make it any better. So
you are doing a stellar job, though, Stephen.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. To be honest, I'm literally working flat out. To be honest,
Terry, you know, obviously Terry's my son. He got me into this, and I'm like addicted to it now.
Yeah, every night. I always want to jump on a stream and
I'm looking for just to see other people's points of view. You know, and even when Terry's not on, I even come on yours and and don't come on the show, just watch it. and a few others. But that's what I'm saying. With the likes of what's happening at the moment, the lockdown and whatever, people need an outlet.
Yeah, and I think this. Did you know what? When I was told on, like, I think it was 11th December, that there's not much else they can do in terms of like what I've got at the minute, because of everything, all the other circumstances. I felt like my world fell apart, right? And they're giving in on us. But doing this is just like, oh right, I've got something I can work on. I can't go to uni or do without this, but there's something here I can go on and like make something of it. This is why I've got a microphone now. I've got this, I've got that, and I'm trying everything like to get it out there. Oh, thanks. So I hope so. It cost them enough. So, but yeah, it's at least then if I'm giving to the charity, I'm giving back to the charity that's given me the research to keep me here. So, that's the main reason for me. So, and it helps you. It does, because you're talking to friends. It's the best thing for it. So,
yeah.
Anyone that says you don't need to talk because you're a man, you're talking out your ass.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Yeah, absolute bullshit. Right, just get off your high horse.
I think that has come about from years ago, though.
Yeah, I get that, but I think now people are starting to realise that, like, in terms of the way mental health is going and everything, that's now getting like the old way in out. Nancy, nice to 271. Oh, nice to see you again. Good afternoon. As always, if you've got anything you want to ask quickly or make a point about what we're talking about, I'll be on for about another 10 minutes. You can, yeah. Charlie, your thoughts on Mesut Ozil then? Because I was talking about it last night, and it looks pretty much certain that he's on his way out.
Well, what? Do you know what? He's definitely gone, yeah?
A number of reports saying he is now on his. They have agreed terms with Fenerbahce.
I actually said to Terry that I would say no, you can't go, because of the way he's, everything he's put us through for the last 18 months. We're now sort of begging over backwards to get rid of him. I know he's got to go. It gets the wages off, but I'd say no. You wanted to see out your contract. You now see out your contract.
Yeah, I hear that, but part of me thinks is that, like like saying two wrongs don't make a right sort of thing. And part of me also thinks is that. Yeah, part of me also thinks is that. Hang on, I'll just mute that for a sec. What I also was saying is that there's so much water under the bridge, and I do think it's causing the problems in the dressing room that we're finding with the senior players. I feel it really is, because he's training with the side as well, right? And the fact that you're training with Mesut Ozil, but on the weekend you're not going to be playing with him. So I think it's better for both clubs and both sides of the argument. They just get it done and get it out of the way. So that's my view on it. So
yeah, I do agree that what he's put us through, and the sort of his attitude over the last year. But I even said this, I think 6 months ago. Just pay his contract up, get rid of him, get him out of the club.
Yeah, I said that ages. I've been saying that for ages now. So, but
it can't be good.
It'll be over.
Yeah, but it can't be good for the youngsters playing there on, say, 20 grand a week and whatever. Looking over and thinking he's on 350 grand a week, and he's doing absolutely jack shit. What does that say to him? What have they got to look forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. What we'll do is we'll do a predicted lineup right before this Newcastle game whilst we're live, before we go, and if anyone wants to jump on, they can do. Anthony, with another comment, Steve, what do you think that £120 million loan Arsenal got for players in the transfer window? If that's true, they should bloody spend it, right? Because we need players, and I would get Buendia. for a start, get more creativity in the side for a start before starting looking at our defence, because Gabriel and Mary and Holding, I think, are very decent as partnerships, are very good as in terms of defence. So yeah, I think we need to like try and go all out. Even do you know what? Part of me also feels if it's 120 million, why don't you just go all out for a while then? Why don't you just do it? Go out all out and say we want him. There you go. Pay it.
Stephen, about a month ago, 6 weeks ago, Awar said he's not leaving in this transfer window.
Yeah.
So that's a no-no. One thing, funny enough, I want to ask you was
Grealish then, or go for Grealish.
Yeah, but he's just signed a new contract last year, hasn't he?
Yeah, I can hear that, but then if say like Man United come in with the right money, you really think Jack Grealish wouldn't go?
Yeah, but anyone that has seen that news, they're gonna exploit us like they do to Man United. I think if it's a team in the Premiership, they're definitely gonna want stupid money for their players now that they know we've got that money.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they know
yeah,
we
yeah.
need them.
But anyway, we'll quickly just I'll just quickly bring this screen up, and because I like using this, to be honest. So yeah,
I'll ask you in a minute. Let's have a look at this. Go on.
right. So obviously in goal, Bert Leno, since there's no one else. Right, I'd rather if there's anyone else, I'd rather put myself in goal.
Is he going to play a cup team or a Premier League team?
Who? Leno?
No, Arteta.
Arteta. I got a feeling that it's funny that he'll leave the youngsters, I feel, for the Premier League game, because he knows he's getting a tune out of them. But then part of me also thinks that it depends on how he manages the squad, because I wouldn't want to play if you're going to use the youngsters that are doing well in the Premier League. Don't play them for this game, because you'll burn them out within 2 months.
See, I don't agree with that, Stephen.
Okay, what would you say?
To me,
then?
they're youngsters. What I'm saying is they're youngsters. They want to play every week, and winning breeds confidence. It's no good putting a team out there on Saturday that is what we would not call, a good team. I'm a firm believer, always have been, that you start off with your strongest side.
But the strongest side we've been playing has not been performing, and that's why we've had to go to the academy and to sort of get out of the situation.
At this moment in time, our youth are playing as our strongest side.
Yeah, totally agree.
So play them. They want to be out there. They want to win. They want to play and they want to win. And I mean, the question I was going to ask you is, a couple of weeks ago, Stephen, you said, I've had enough, Arteta out.
Yeah.
Now we've won these 3 on the spin. It looks like we're getting rid of a certain few in the transfer window, even only on loan or whatever, and hopefully a couple coming in. Have you changed your feelings back at all?
No.
So you still think Arteta out, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
I still feel that, because there's certain other decisions in terms of management that I don't agree with, in terms of certain players he's keeping. Saliba going out on loan is just a fucking embarrassment, to be honest. You give Smith Rowe a chance, but you don't give Saliba a chance. For me, and it just makes me think, well, do you really know what you want in terms of the transfer window? Can you really be trusted? I don't know. So if he proves me what, and that run of games was so bad that for me, it was worse than last season, right? And yet we all called for Emery's head last season when he only lost 3 games. So yet he lost about 5-6 games on the spin.
Do you know what though? I do believe, if I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up, but I think when Arteta went there was a plan in place throughout the club, not just him as a manager, because but they're never going to sack him immediately. Because if they was going to sack him, Stephen, he'd have been gone.
The board won't sack him because they've got no experience of what this situation is. Because they've got no experience about being on a board at all.
No, but what I mean is the way our results were going. If they was going to sack him, they'd have sacked him in the middle of December.
Yeah, if they had any bollocks to do it, yeah.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say is it what when he took over or when he come to us, was there a plan put in place from top to bottom that none of us know about?
But then, to be honest, there's a part of me was that if that's the case, then be honest and be transparent.
Yeah.
You said you were gonna. If Arteta came out and said he was gonna be honest, right? He wasn't gonna hide anything, right? Well, if there is a plan, tell us, because all I'm saying is you're putting people in with no experience to do a job that they've got no clue what they're doing, right? And you're just having to learn on the job and making sure their side literally just stays in the league, let alone try and challenge for a top 4 or something like that. And yeah, we might have won 3 games in the spin. Don't forget 2 of those games against West Brom and Brighton, right? Those games, as much as Brighton away has been a bogey side, we should be winning, right?
Yeah.
And yes, Chelsea was a surprise result, but half of that I think was Chelsea did not play to their strengths. They didn't put Giroud on the park, right, when they were putting 34 crosses in the box. They didn't play to their strengths at all, and it just played into our hands. So, not saying that we didn't play well. We did play well, but...
See, I think our next hard game is Southampton.
That's the thing. I still think we'll go to Southampton, and it's like with Liverpool going to Southampton. I mean, they've lost 1-0 to go in there, and that when he comes up against these sides like Leicester, Wolves, and the rest of it, are these youngsters he's now having to rely on good enough? No. Has he lost? By the look of it, it looks like he's lost. He hasn't lost the trust in the youngsters, but the first team doesn't look like he wants to play with him either.
No, I mean, I agree. But the only thing I would say is, look at the Premiership, the way it's gone this year. Right? It's got, you can't call a result every week.
Oh,
no matter who plays who. And I said before the Chelsea game, I thought we would have lost the Chelsea game, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I was expecting to lose, to be honest.
And it would have been no surprise. But I did say the next 5 games after that, we should pick up 15 points.
Yeah.
Which was Brighton, West Brom. We've got Newcastle Monday, haven't we? No, Palace Monday.
Crystal Palace, Newcastle.
Then Newcastle, and then Southampton.
Yeah.
So, it's proved it with United. 3-4 weeks ago, Stephen, United were down with us. And even Abs was going like, oh, what a shit, they're playing shit, blah, blah.
Yeah.
They're top of the league now after 3 or 4 wins.
So, yeah, but come on, Nicholas.
No, all I'm saying is,
yeah, I know what you're saying.
A run of wins and the points, it all changes.
Yeah.
It all changes. Anyway, getting back to your team, mate. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. It's no worries. It's all here for debate anyway. So, obviously, Leno in goals. I'd rather put myself other than him in goal. Right back. Who would you go for?
What formation are you going for? 4-5-1.
Well, he's been playing the 4. Yeah, he's been playing the 4-2-3-1 or 4-5-1, what you want to call it. So I was going to keep the same plan as he was playing.
Yeah.
Because it works so well. Actually, and I do admit, it's not saying that I don't want him to succeed. If I want him to try and prove me wrong and say he can turn it around, but the problem I have is that he hasn't got the experience, and I just think that this job's a little bit too much because there's so much shit that we got to sort out. There's so much shit that's been going on because of the mismanagement of this club, and it's even a senior experienced manager with Champions League like Benitez or something will struggle to get a result with. So, but if he can prove it and he can turn it around, then fair play to him. I want him to. Right? It doesn't mean I don't want Arsenal to lose just to prove my point. So,
No, that's right.
But yeah, right back.
Who?
Cedric, I would say.
I'd probably put AMN in there.
AZ Maitland Niles.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think
I just feel
chance says Cedric to have a game.
But I think unless we bring in someone in, now that Kolasinac is gone, I think he's going to be covered for left back now.
Yeah, so I would think Cedric would be a good, because he hasn't played hardly this season as well. He's not bad. I wouldn't say he's terrible. At least he can throw a ball. Right?
The problem is Newcastle have got nothing to lose, have they? They're expected to get beat, so they're going to come at us.
Yeah, no, I don't. I disagree because I've not known Steve Bruce to do that. Like I would expect they would try and get us on the counter. Right, they usually do end up doing low block part of the bus football.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I think in terms of getting a game, I think Cedric is not. He's not a bad player. He's not at game time, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we'll go Cedric right back and see what happens.
Yeah. There you go. So, 2 centre backs. I'm getting feedback. I can hear myself. Right. That's better.
Yeah, I see Louise playing, but I don't know who be partnered with.
Is Gabriel back?
Partey's back though, isn't he?
Partey?
Yeah, not as centre back, but I mean,
yeah, but I would put him on the bench if he is back. Bring him back in slowly.
So who would you go centre backs? Louise and Mari, Louise and Holding.
Louise and Holding. Yeah.
I think that's the thing. That's what I would go with, but I see if Mustafi's still here, I see him playing as well because you know what he's like. He likes to throw in players, the fringe players.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah. Although he'll play, although we want him, like you said earlier, Charlie. Although we'd want him to play a full strength squad, I see Louise and Mustafi partnership.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I do see that as well. Because I'd rather save the Holding Gabriel or Holding Marie partnership in as it is in the Premier League.
See, I do think that over the last probably 6 weeks, 7 weeks, I've got a little bit more confidence in the defence. But the only thing I don't agree with is trying to play out from the back. Because we can't play out from the back at all.
Yeah, this whole play out from the... I don't understand why everyone... It's like a trend comes along, everyone tries it.
Yeah, I don't get it. I would only do it
if you're confident in it and it's working, then yes, use it. But
yeah, but we're not Man City.
Literally follows a trend.
No, that's right, Stephen. We're not.
Yeah, we're not. Spot on.
Even Liverpool are struggling to do it. But yeah, I'd say Louise. We'll go Louise Mustafi. And
sorry, what's this? The team to play against Newcastle, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Cousin.
You all right?
No camera, Anthony. No camera.
No, well, I think it was 3 days ago, Charlie. I had a fight with a pair of clippers, and they won. And my hair looks a fight.
Oh, shut up. Look at mine.
That was the missus doing it, wasn't it?
No, I did it myself. It is a COVID cut. I call it a COVID cut.
Come on, Anthony, you got to do it now, mate. You got to show us.
Yeah, you got to show us now, mate. Come on.
Come on for 5 minutes. I'll get my camera ready to take a photo.
Show it.
Come on, you know you want to.
I'm surprised Steve didn't pick up on it because I'm always on camera. But the last 3 or 4 streams I've been on this, like obviously not showing myself.
I struggle, you see. So that's why I brought Charlie in to help us.
Well, you're going to wait for it to go back, Anthony, before you come back on camera.
Yeah,
we'll be waiting a long time. Left back.
Yeah, as I said,
I'll put Maitland-Niles.
Will play there.
Usually, when we put Cedric on the right, we put Maitland-Niles on the left.
Yeah, I was going to say Cedric.
The 2 CDM.
Do you know what? I don't think he'll play Mustafi. I reckon he'll play Holding.
Do you want to go with what he will go with or what we will go with?
Huh? I think you might keep him for the Palace game.
Yeah, I think the Palace and Newcastle games are more important at the minute.
But haven't Newcastle got problems themselves with COVID?
Not as far as I can hear.
Yeah.
Not as far as I can hear. But yeah, the two holding midfield players.
I personally would have El Neni in there.
El Neni? Yeah, I'd put El Neni in there. Right.
Either Party or Willock, I think.
No. I won't put Partey for this game.
I wouldn't, but I see it.
It's too early. It's too early.
I mean,
I put him on the bench.
I think it's a game that we all believe we can win.
I get that, and that's why I would say put him on the bench for now.
Yeah.
Give him 20 minutes. You got to manage it. You can't just rush it.
You know what? I can see him playing Xhaka.
I see him playing Xhaka as well.
Yeah, I'd say play Xhaka as well because he's so vital to the midfield.
Yeah.
At the minute.
Willock playing. I know he likes to play Willock in the cup game.
I would play Willock here.
Oh, okay.
Behind,
he will play Willock as well.
I'd put Willock there. And then
you know what?
I'd still put Xhaka there.
Who would you go for?
Personally, I'll go for Xhaka.
Yeah, you do Xhaka.
Yeah. So left wing, who would you go?
Believe it or not, personally, I'll go with Aubameyang. And the reason I say that, Stephen, is to try and get him in the goals.
Yeah. But then again, it's not like we're playing the problem is that I can get the idea if it was a different younger side.
But what I mean is he needs goals, doesn't he?
Yeah, of course he does.
He needs goals just for his own peace of mind, I would have thought. So I think I think you've got to play him.
Yeah. I'd put Pepe on the right.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah.
And up front, Steve, I think he'll play Martinelli to get him back into the game after coming back from that injury.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think he might only give him about 60 minutes, though, Anthony. Or 60, 70 minutes. And then maybe, you know what he's like, Eddie will come on or something like that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well, it's not undone now, isn't it, Stephen?
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm going to have to redo that because... Yeah, it's frozen on us. Sorry.
Stephen, can you see Anthony's picture? Look Look at the state of his hair in that picture.
I haven't seen it. He's not even there.
Look, the picture you've got up.
Oh, hang on. Oh, sorry, I got Natasha. Can I? Yeah, the link's in the description. No, it's not in the description. It's in the chat earlier, but I'll put it in again, and you can come on if you really want to have your say on what we've been talking about.
That's a natural bird caller there. That is, Charlie. That picture of me.
There you go. Just click on that link, and you should be able to get in.
Yeah.
Right.
I said to the missus on Christmas Day when she pulled a cracker, I said, "Yeah, you pulled one 7 years ago."
Right. Bear with me, guys. I'm just gonna redo this again. So, give me 2 seconds. This is really wound me up now. This is bullshit. Right. And quickly. No.
You back to work, Anthony?
He's not played enough football. Do you know what? This reminds me up about Arteta, right? About Saliba. He's not played enough football in the last 18 months. Maybe because you don't bloody pick him.
Well, yeah, there is that to it, mate.
Well, yeah, if you pick him, he might actually do something. Nah, man. Right? Yet Fofana, who was supposed to be his teammate, right, and was supposed to be not as good, right, is playing every week for Leicester.
The only argument I have with that is because the Turkish guy hasn't been fit. That's probably why they've had to throw him in. And their squad, they haven't got a lot of centre backs.
Yeah,
and they don't trust Morgan anymore. I'm not saying
he's doing a job and performing well for Leicester. And let's be fair,
yeah, I'm not disputing any of that, but I just don't think he would have played as much if the Turkish guy was fit.
All right, so why you play Balogun then?
No. I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying.
It's
the argument you got.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Who did we go for? Mustafi, didn't we? Louisa Mustafi.
Yeah.
Oh, the dog's coming to join. He probably did a better job in goal than what's his face? No, it's just that about the COVID thing. A number of games have been called off. So what do we go for? Willock, didn't we, in here?
Yeah.
Wallock.
Wallock?
Oh, for God's sake.
You all right? Hey?
All right.
Be crying again.
Pepe on the right. Aubameyang.
No, so I got my hand over it.
Right, who goes up front?
Martinelli.
Yeah.
Martinelli, yeah, because he saved him for the West Brom game, didn't he?
Yeah, because he hasn't long just come back from injury. I think he's just got to get a little bit more game time. Even if he plays for an hour, you know.
Yeah.
Right, cool. Yeah, we'll do Martinelli because he saved him quite well, to be honest, and he's just been bossing him when he's. So yeah, that's the side I think we'll go with, to be honest. So Leno in goal, Cedric on the right, Maitland on the left, Snaffy Louise, and then Xhaka, El Neni, Pepe on the right, Aubameyang on the left, Willock behind the striker, which will be Gabriel Martinelli.
What's your prediction?
If the game goes ahead. So yeah, hello. Elia? Is that how you spell it? I'd say I don't know. Sorry. Hello? Hello? Well, yeah, saw you backstage, but hello.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Oh.
Right. Okay. Anyway.
1100 deaths in the last
Yeah.
24 hours.
So I'll give one. Right. I'll give you one question about this whole situation, right? And one answer, right? Do you stop football? Right. I'll start with Laurie. Stop football or not?
Again, like I mentioned earlier, I would say for the humanity reasons, yes, stop it. But again, for at least a minimum of a week, maximum of 2, and then see where we go from there. But on that note, my battery's low as well, so I'm gonna make tracks. But
yeah, I'm gonna finish up here anyway. So
keep supporting Steven, smash up the like, subscribe people, and keep sharing. And I'll see you next time.
Good luck, Laurie.
Cheers.
See you later.
Yeah. Charlie, what do you say?
At this moment in time, I'd say no.
Is that no, we'll stop football, or no, we carry on?
No, we carry on. At this moment in time.
Right. Okay. Anthony.
Well, to be honest with you, Steve, I like it to carry on. Because it's either watching football or having a conversation with the missus. I pick football. So yeah, I reckon keep it going.
Keep going.
Oh God.
That's a pretty sad situation. You'd rather talk to you.
Oh God. Yeah. On that note, please carry it on, please.
Yeah.
Elia, are you there? Are you there? No. Okay. Well, for me, I'd say stop it. For the minute, give it a circuit breaker. Let it all calm down. Right, and see what goes from there. But
I think that there could only be one way about it, Steve. Is if you look at your first 11 players, whatever players it is you're going to put out on that pitch, if 3 or 4 of them actually ends up getting this COVID, then I think it most probably will come to a stop. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah, because then the whole team and the other team will got to isolate.
Exactly. So that's what I think. That's most probably what they'll do. They'll work out how many people per team actually would come down with this if they do catch it, and then they'll have to knock it on the head for a while. But at the minute, if you've only just got the odd one player,
this is the thing. There's a number of teams now coming out with it.
Well, did you see that that Crystal Palace Sheffield United game last week? I think Sheffield United only had 6 or 7 players on the bench against the 9, and that was all they had.
Yeah.
So I think even where football's concerned, I think it's going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is going to get worse before it gets better.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna have to end it there anyway because I'm knackered from earlier today with the hospital. But yeah. In the end, games will carry on for a weekend at least. But what happens from there, we don't know. So, like again, if you like the video, please smash a like on the video, share the content, subscribe if you're new, hit that subscribe button, then hit the notification button, then you know when I'm live as well, or when I'm going to be live. But yeah, thanks to everyone who's tuned in. as usual and left their comments. Thanks to Charlie, Anthony, Abdallah, who was on earlier. Same with Ads and Laurie. Thank you, Elia, as well, coming on and supporting the channel. But until then, everyone stay safe, stay well, stay at home, follow the rules, right? And hopefully this will come to an end soon. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, 5 p.m. for, if it's still going, the Arsenal Newcastle watch along. So everyone take care.
Right, Stephen, I'll probably put your message on Twitter.